So hopefully y'all have synced over to this live. Ooh, my face oily. I got the camera towards me so that I mean the other camera I'm using on my phone so that I can see what's going on because yeah, it froze on me. So let me give it a moment before I get back to what I was saying. One second, y'all. Because we was really getting into some stuff and my video was like, ah! It went black on me. Okay, so let me get back to what we were talking about and let me know if you're back. Because I'm looking at the old video so that I could go over what was in those comments and then we'll continue what we're doing. So if you're back, comment in the chat, I'm back. Okay, trying to work it out. Okay, cool, good, good, good. Let me see. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. I'm back. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. I wonder, do I need to put the link in the old? Hopefully not. Hopefully they'll be able to just sync over to us. I'm gonna give it maybe a couple more seconds because there's still some viewers on the old live. So hopefully they sync over. Okay, Amanda, you're back. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let me just go ahead and finish with these comments that was from the old video, and then we can talk about more stuff. Okay, let's see. Report this, and she didn't have no business where she was. Same thing at my job, and they all friends. Wow, the whole facts. Trying to work it out. Said me too. Juanita. Oh, my girl, Juanita. Oh my goodness. Okay, yes. I think I did label it part 2. Let me see. I believe I did. I think I labeled this one part 2. Let me finish this and then let me see. Yes, I want to hear the rest of the story of what they did. I thought it was the only one the screen was black. Can't see, can't hear you. I can hear you, but see. Okay, so that's the end of that. I'm gonna go over to, because sometimes on here, okay, cool, I did. Sometimes on the phone, the comments will go so quick and I can't see them, so I always have my MacBook, okay? So that I can see everybody's and I can scroll down and go from there. Okay, so let me get back to, so y'all heard the story. If not, go to the other nurse bullying video. But y'all heard the story about how old girl was trying it, okay? And I wanted to know if y'all wanted to hear about what they really did for, hold on one second. Let me get to the other one. What they really did for her. Okay, perfect. I'm on the other one. So after me telling them what she did and, you know, her even coming up to talk and touch me, what? Nathaniel, go somewhere. My hair was washed a week ago. I don't wash my hair every day. Maybe you do, but I don't. I'm not taking the oils out of my hair to wash every day. But you got that comment, you're not going to get no more from me over my hair. But thank you anyway. Okay, so, okay, hello, Melanie. Okay, so yeah, so let me get back. Okay, here's the video. I'm here. I'm back. So I can look at this to get with the comments and go from there. Okay. So when all of that stuff was brought to my boss's attention about what she did, now people will do things, and no, I'm not a tarot card reader. People will do things, thank you, Amanda, and say I'm sorry and think that it's gonna make it better. because they said, I'm sorry. When you bully someone for months, and then the last straw is you coming up to them, touching them and in their personal space. You know, when somebody whispers, you have to be close enough to hear it. A whisper is like right here. I literally felt her breath on my face. You're in my zone, my comfort zone, and I don't want you there, right? Okay, somebody about to get put on timeout for my channel. They acting a fool in the comments. Let me do that real quick. Okay. So for her to do that and just say, I'm sorry, guess what they did? Oh, well, first, okay, they had to reach out to other people to see if it was being done. Of course, the other nurse that was in the office with me had her side. So that right there, you can't even be truthful about what's going on. So I'm no longer even in your corner anymore because you can't even tell the truth about what's going on in that office. It's okay. Have her back. But now they moved her during this process because they wanted to make sure that we were separated because I said it was some bullying going on. So they did that. But since she said, I'm sorry, they're like, oh, well, she said, I'm sorry. So everything is going back to normal. No, it's not. What you not going to do is have this lady up in this room with me when I told y'all either she moves or I go. So they moved her. But the fact of them just brushing it all away because she said, I'm sorry. Okay, so let's do a scenario. If I say to you, or if I trip you, okay, I'm tripping you up at work, right? You fall. And I look back and say, oh, I'm sorry, and laugh. Does it make it any better? I intentionally tripped you, but I said, I'm sorry. Tell me in the comments, does that make it better? On intention, I did this, but I said, I'm sorry. Yes or no? Does it make it better? To me, no, it doesn't. Because I intentionally tripped you and I turned around and said, I'm sorry, and I giggled about it. It was intentional. So just because somebody is saying sorry doesn't mean that they're not going to continue. So whenever that lady comes up, because she comes up, she doesn't be in the office. She's not in the office with me, but she'll come up to that floor to do whatever because it's other people that are there that she has to communicate with. She just doesn't have to communicate with me. I'm not letting it go. When somebody is bullying you, Daniel, I'm not nowhere near a black Karen. But what I will do is stand up for myself because I'm not one to let anybody bully me while I'm working, taking care of other people. So that's the only comment you're going to get from me if you're going to be like that. Because no, I'm telling you an experience, and that probably can be helping someone else. You don't have to take somebody bullying you at work. You shouldn't have to. Whether you let it go or not, you don't have to move forward with it. I'm not. So it is what it is. But absolutely, they just swept it under the rug. And what I'm not going to do is allow it to continue without me saying something. We both are new to the company. So being that we're new to the company, we're both on probation. So you don't need to have any type of violations or anything on your record of you doing anything like bullying another nurse. So it is what it is. All right. But anyway, let me get back to my sweet stuff because I know my character. I know how I am with people, but I don't like when people bother you. And they shouldn't have to. It has nothing to do with nothing. Okay. I'm missing all these comments. Okay. Let's see. Chris, you want me to introduce myself? Hello, Anna. Well, Chris, this is part 2. So you missed the other video, but hello. This is my channel, She Nurse Savvy. We were talking about nurse bullying, and if anybody in the comment want to explain or share their story of what happened, feel free to do so. That's your introduction. Okay, let me go back. Let me go back. Let me see last week. July, I'm not sure. Once a week, really. You must have. Thanks, Amanda. Okay. July. Wait a minute. July, I want to know if you still there. You see, that's nasty as fuck. I understand once every 2 days, but once a week is crazy. July, are you an African American? Because a lot of African American females don't wash their hair every 2 days. As much product as we put, you see that? As much product as we put on our hair, we're not washing it off. Okay? It takes a lot for our hair to be moisturized and hydrated. So, I'm not washing my hair every day. That ain't me. It never will be me. But anyway, you got that comment. Whether you was trying to be funny or not, I just wanted to know if you were African American female, because you could relate to that. Some people don't even wash their hair every 2 weeks or once a month. I don't go that route, but that was just for that comment. Oh, thanks, Noah, for having my back. Okay. Robert. Okay. No. Some of y'all in the comments is funny. All right, Eugene, that's your shout out. Okay, I understand, but a week is too much, even if you have dread of braids. Okay. Okay, Carrie. All right. When I told my nurse manager, she told them all to apologize to me, but I didn't take their apology seriously because I know they were told to do so. Yeah, that was fake. It was fake because they were told to do it, and they genuinely probably didn't care. They probably didn't. They were caught, and they wanted to make sure that they looked better in their eyes. Let me see. Some people, you know what? They ain't got nothing to do but just troll on here. And that's why we got a timeout button on our lives. Timeout for you too, Melanie. I'm sorry, Melody. You on timeout. Anyway, white people being rude, kick Melanie. Oh, I just saw it. Thanks, Noah. Saw it. She got kicked. Okay. What do you think about Kevin Samuels? What is there to think? I mean, I'm gonna leave that one alone. Let's see. Intent and Juanita, you back? I ain't seen you in a minute. Hopefully you're doing well. Let me see. Christ follower, God loves you. Repent. Put your trust and faith in Jesus Christ. He is the only way to salvation. John 14:6. Thanks for that, Christ follower. Noah, yeah. I mean, but you know what? People are gonna be like that anyway. That's just the way the internet is. People gonna say whatever they want to say behind a computer, but they won't say it to your face. Always remember that. So, okay. Look, Noah, you telling me Daniel, Melody, Angela, I need to go. You looking at everybody? Okay. Um, Let me see if you can't point to a law that's being broken, then be quiet. So is it Hib? If you're talking to me in regards to um the workplace bullying that I encountered, there's a strict policy at my job that is for bullying, and it's not tolerated. So yes, that was a policy that was broken. So that's why I said it. I mean, I'm not gonna waste time on um just my feelings being hurt. No, but if you're continuing to bully, yeah, you gonna be, it's gonna be brought to my manager's attention, because if you don't talk to them about it, they'll never know. Okay. Marty McFly, thank you. I tried my best to. I mean, when you're in a healthcare setting and you've been in healthcare for quite a while, you don't want to just blow up like that, because you never know if you may need that job in the future, may have to come back to that hospital, know some people that's in that area of management that may work somewhere else. It's a small world in nursing. The people that I've encountered at this place, I've seen so many people that I worked with when I was a phlebotomist. They're now in this hospital that I'm currently at. So it's like healthcare can be really small. Nursing can be really small in a big state, because somebody knows somebody. So instead of blowing up and, acting a fool because, somebody is getting under my skin, I just did it a different way. That's all. Okay, y'all in the comments. Can everybody get along? Y'all in the comments in here fighting. Please get along, y'all. I don't want that for my comments on my channel. None of that. Okay. All right. Let me see. Amanda. She should have been moved and shouldn't have put her in that room with her. Probably made it worse. Yeah. Yep. She was moved after I said something, but the continuum of the bullying was there, and I wasn't having it no more. Nobody deserves to be bullied at work when we have to take care of patients. So now you got this bog of bully right here going over your head, and then you got to think about, you got to treat your patients with good customer service skills. You want to be pleasant, you want to be accurate at everything you do, but then you also have somebody that's getting under your skin on a weekly basis. That's not good at all for me. So I needed to alleviate that and get that out my way so that I could be great for the providers that need me, for the patients that need me, moving forward, to have more of a peaceful work environment. Yeah, Juanita, I had to document, because we won't remember. If you don't look in nursing school, what they say, if it's not documented, it's not done. So I wrote it down just for me. So when the time came, if she didn't stop, okay, well, on this day, this happened. On this day, that happened. On this day, that happened. Full detail. You got to do what you got to do. Thanks, July. Nice jacket. Thanks. Let me see. Hi, how are you? I'm good. How about you? Let me see. But once a week, that's only 4 times a month. Okay. Let me go down. And for me to say once a week, would you like to be bullied once a week? Would you like to encounter someone bothering you that you have to sit and work with once a week? Would you like to even be involved with somebody like that? Do you think you deserve to even have to deal with that? And then another thing is, just because it was once a week don't mean you don't anticipate it every day. Who deserves that? Nobody. Okay. Um Y'all in these comments. Okay. But I will say none of my business, so God bless you. Started travel nursing, but just had to call off sick. Juanita, it's okay if you call off. It happens. Make sure you look at your contract to see what's the policy on calling off, because I had a coworker that called off and she would call off a couple of times and she still was there the whole contract. So, it may be a clause of so many times you call off before they end your contract, but if it's not in there, it's okay. And just communicate with them like, hey, I'm sick. I don't want to come to work sick, and go from there. But I'm glad you went to travel. I wish I could go back right now, but I got to stay where I'm at, be a good girl, stay where I'm at. I keep talking to myself like, you have a goal. Okay. Marty McFly, you'll say anything to the face. You know what? It should be like that, but a lot of people aren't. They not. It's so many cyber bullies that's out here, and it's so many people that'll just type up something and just to get just to pick with somebody. And you got to be strong-willed to not let that bother you. But if it's somebody that's constantly messing with you in person, that's another story. That's something for you to finish, okay? And you got to do it in a way where you're not harming somebody, but you got to document the right stuff. And you need to tell the higher ups, can you move me out of this situation? And they didn't move me, they moved her. Okay. Let's see. You should be a PR department to deal with people instead. Why you snitched though? You should have told her. So July. I don't even know why should I even waste time explaining this, but when somebody picks with you multiple times and you have a conversation to air it out, this is what you want, you're not gonna get it, and they're still mad. If the conversation we have is not enough, okay, somebody else gonna have to deal with you, because this person took me out of my character, and I told her that. I said, you taking me out of my character, I don't even want to deal with you anymore because it's not going to be good. So I know what to do. I know what not to do. And I'm not going to be in nobody's jail over somebody that's bothering me that can be dismissed. Period. I try to have a positive mindset. Thank you, Amanda. Yes, physical threats is how you get fired. And I haven't been fired from a job. I've left jobs, but not fired. Okay, let me see. You did the right thing. You can't concentrate on helping patients with uncalled for pressure. Absolutely. Yes, details. We remember feelings, but reporting feelings is not as effective. That's true. Let me see. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. All right, Anna, thanks for that. Carrie, I was told to document and document. Make sure to add detailed information. Never know if it might be needed for legal purposes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, Juanita, so you called off and they want you to make up the day. Well, that's good. If you can make up the day, that's fine. I mean, because they know that stuff happens. So the good thing is they're giving you an option of, making up that day that if you called off sick. Okay, Dan, you about to get on timeout too, because when somebody take you out of character and you get to the point where you no longer even care anymore, it's time to back up, because the place that I work at, they have a whole police department and if you mess up like that, you going to jail. And I ain't going to jail for nobody, especially somebody that's insignificant like that. Okay. Let's see. Bullies are only bullying because they're not happy with themselves and they need to make themselves feel better. To make somebody feel worse. Yes. So remember how I said I was going to put remember how I said I wanted to talk to y'all about a family member. Now, let me know if y'all have seen the video of the good caregiver. It was a good caregiver. Her name was Crystal, but I said Sarah by mistake. I actually edited the bottom of the video and I said, sorry, it's Crystal. And Crystal actually, I don't know if somebody sent her the video, but Crystal actually wrote on the video. So I pinned her at the top of that short so that people could give her kudos and stuff, because people was asking, oh, can we cash app her and how do we, I don't get involved with none of that. If you want to reach out to the person, it's usually a link in my description so you can talk to them directly, because I don't want to be involved in any of that. It's scammers out here, and unfortunately, I don't want to be involved in any type of none of that. So it was a lot of people that reached out that wanted to be a blessing to her, and that's good. So, I told them that she's pinned at the top, right? So, but a lot of people, what I've observed is a lot of people, they watch the video, right? The family actually watched the video. Now, a little backstory on Crystal. Crystal is a good caregiver. I believe Crystal's a nurse. And the mom that's in the video has dementia. So there's a camera in the lady's room at the facility that she's at. And all type of negative stuff is going on in that video in the comments. They're shaming her for the way that she looks. They're talking about, of course, she's going to be sweet because it's a camera, all type of cyber bully stuff, right? They're talking about, oh, well, she needs help herself. People are so rude. This was a positive video. And this is why I say people will say anything on the computer because it's not in somebody's face. This was a positive video of her being a good caregiver, getting up this dementia patient, and just being really sweet. Now, the family found my information, sent me a DM. Guess what the family, okay, it's 130 plus people. Comment in the chat. Guess what the people, the family asked me to give Crystal. I want y'all to comment. Guess what they asked me to do for Crystal. Now, I don't know Crystal personally, but what I'm trying to do on my channel is I do a lot of reaction videos. It's the good, the bad, and the ugly of healthcare, nursing, right? And Crystal is one of the good ones. So that video, because sometimes I'll find videos on TikTok, on Facebook, Instagram, and Okay, you said a big shout out. I need more people to comment. What do you think the family wanted me to do for Crystal? Now, Crystal is already on. She's already tagged in the video. I actually tagged the family member at first. And not at first, but after Crystal, just to get them some, I need y'all to let me know. Some more people need to type in, what do you think the family wanted me to do for Crystal? And let me know if I'm wrong for the response I gave. And it wasn't like it was mean, but let me know if I'm wrong. I need a couple more people to put in the chat. Yes, the family of the patient, Noah, the family of the patient. Guess what they asked for me to do for Crystal? Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so it was a family member. It was a daughter of the patient. The daughter of the patient found me on Instagram, sent me a DM, and she asked me to split the money for the video that I made for the giving Crystal the kudos and just sharing how good she is on my platform to you guys, my viewers, my subscribers. So she said, oh, well, nurses don't really make that much. So let me tell y'all this. YouTubers are not millionaires. I still work full time. YouTube is a side hustle. YouTube doesn't pay my bills. It doesn't. So I guess people were, reaching out to them and saying, oh, I'm making all this money from this video about Crystal. And actually, I'm not. YouTube Shorts is the lowest amount of money you can make on YouTube. The lowest. Okay? So let me give y'all an example. And what I did for this family member is I sent them a screenshot of what my current viewers were and a screenshot of how much I make from that video. And I told them that YouTube pays the following month. If you are if you are monetized on YouTube, you know that YouTube is like the 21st through the 26th of when they pay you, right? So, and I didn't even monetize my channel until the end of July. I've been on YouTube all year. So now I sent this lady, I said, from right now, I think I made, what did I make? $55. Yes. I said, this is the amount of views. This is the amount of money. I sent a screenshot of both. I said, I don't mind. I'll give Crystal, $25, $30 of this $55. I don't have a problem with that. Send me her Instagram so that I can reach out to her. So they said, oh, okay, well, I don't know her Insta. Let me reach out. She doesn't know that we reached out to you. Right? Okay, Amanda, take care. So I said, I don't have a problem with sharing, half of it. I mean, Crystal is doing her job. I'm giving her a shout out on my channel. And, this is your mom. So she was like, when I sent her the screenshot, it took her a little bit to get back with me. But guess what she said? She said, oh, I was under the impression that it was hundreds of thousands of dollars that you were making on this one video. Wait a minute. So you trying to figure out what's in my pocket on a video where I'm giving kudos to a lady that's taking care of your mom and I have nothing to do with it? I'm just giving a shout out. So you think that I'm making this much. And when this happened, I had to call my husband because I'm like, are you kidding me? So what I did, I told her, I said, no. So when I said it was, I'll give her half of that. I don't have a problem with it, but it won't be until next month. She said, oh, I was under the impression that it was hundreds of thousands of dollars on this video. And I just said, no, she said that, don't worry about it. Thank you for all that you do. Hopefully you didn't take this wrong. And at first when I saw it, I did, because it's a reason why people are on YouTube. You want to share information to an audience, you want to build a community, and you want to make money on the side, right? Or you want to get some entertainment, right? You want to engage with some people that are not next door to you, that's across the world, right? I have people that's overseas that speak with me. I have people that are in my same state. But it rubbed me the wrong way, though. But what I did say is, I said, if you have, I wish I had the screenshot. It's on my phone, but hold on. What I did say was, if you have a link to, let me see if I could pull it up. If you have a link to, hold on. I'm a verbatim person. I just needed to, oh, is it not here? One second. I was asking like the family if they had some type of link so that like maybe I could share it, because people did want to be a blessing to Crystal. And, I never got like a reply or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm taking it wrong, but I just wanted, I didn't want, I want people to realize that YouTubers don't make a whole bunch of money. We're not Mr. Beast. We're not. I make a lot of videos. I make a pretty decent amount, but it does not cover my nursing salary. It does not. So I just wanted to put that out there, because she said that people reached out to her about how much money could be made on that one video. YouTube Shorts is the lowest paid videos that you can make to get any type of profit, because the ads on there is not going to be the clickable ads. Like when you go on a long form video, it's going to be maybe something at the bottom, right? So, it rubbed me the wrong way, but I was like, okay, maybe they wanted to have a platform to collect money for Crystal so that they could be a blessing. That would be perfect. So that's why I said, well, if you have a link or if you set up an account, let me know and I'll tag it in a video, because some people did want to be a blessing. They were kind of, she was kind of leery about, having people on the internet donate and stuff like that, which I understand. That's why I don't want to be a part of any of that. I'd rather, even people in my emails, like these companies, they're scamming, trying to get me to sign up for certain stuff, and the email is not even a company's name. Like, it's too many scammers out here for me to even try to play around with people like that. So, yeah, it took me for a loop. I was like, really? Oh, you think I make that much money? But if you want to do a GoFundMe for her, I post a link. And if people want to donate and give stuff, feel free to. But I'm sharing videos. I got a video coming up on Monday where it's a homeless healthcare worker that's out here grinding, okay? And just started nursing school or just got accepted into nursing school. So I'm going to share videos of different people's lives that are good, bad, stuff that's been done wrong, stuff that's been done wonderfully. But I mean, I'm not making a lot of money off of this. I'm not. So, I mean, if it's in your mind that, She Nurse Savvy is a millionaire on YouTube, I'm not. Because if I was, I wouldn't be talking about work. I wouldn't be working. I would be filming more. But unfortunately, I still have a 9 to 5. Okay, let me look at these chats. I just had to get that out there because a lot of people don't know, and she did say she didn't know. So I didn't take it to heart, but um, don't ask for, okay, if you want, if you need a blessing or you want a blessing, it's a way that you could do it. You can say, you know what, I'm really hurting, I need help. Is there a way that you can help me? Here's a link or something like that. For me, you know, I have two daughters that just went to college. They took a lot of my money. Okay, a lot of my money. And I got another child that's in school right now and that's growing, right? You got a mortgage to pay for, you got car note, insurance, bills. Everybody has bills, right? But I guess if she would have came to me like, hey, we want to raise money for her because she's a blessing, can you help to share it to your audience because they're already reaching out? I would have helped. But when I told her how much I made from that one short, which was less than $60, she said, oh no, never mind. Let me know in the comments, am I tripping? Am I entitled to feel some type of way about that, no matter how it came off, no matter how it was written? Am I tripping? Yes or no? I mean, because when I offered to split the $55 with her, she said, oh no, I thought it was more. No, it's okay. But this is for your mom. This is the worker that is taking care of your mom. I'm not sure if they did something for her, but you want me, a stranger, to do something for her. I don't mind. But the amount that you want from me is minimal. That's not even paying for 1 hour of work for some people. So, it just rubbed me wrong. I was going to come on here and do a live about it, and my husband was like, don't do it. I said, well, I need to talk to somebody in between the video to see if I'm tripping. Okay. Let me see. The proceeds of the video. Yep, to help support her. Money of some part, I guess. Crystal was amazing, and I believe that she is good-hearted, whether in front of the camera or not. I agree. That's not my only video that I have found of Crystal, and she's sweet. She's sweet. I mean, people was critiquing the way that she was getting that lady out. Like, she literally held her hand and played You Are My Sunshine. She let the lady get up on her own, but she was her support hand. People will critique any and everything, but out of that video, I would say 80% of the comments were sweet and genuine kudos for her. The other ones was like shaming everything she was doing, or saying that the way she was doing everything was fake because it was a camera. Just terrible. Just okay. How much did you make on it? Oh yeah, I said it. I imagine like 20 cents. No, that's how much. I literally sent her a screenshot. So I'm not lying about it, but I'm like, okay, I'll split it with her. What's her information? So that I could talk to her. But I guess she was trying to make it seem like, don't tell Crystal that I reached out to you, which she still didn't give me her Instagram because, you know, I would have at least said, oh, well, people are trying to be a blessing to you. Do you want that? Because what if Crystal don't even want it? It's some people that's modest and don't want any of that. A kudos or a thank you or you doing a good job is okay for some people. And some people will take the monetary, you know, expenses. I don't know because I didn't talk to her and she never gave me that information. Okay. Yes. No, it's a great area for a lot of people. I think she's honestly uneducated and didn't push the issue, so it's fine, I guess. Sounds like this woman was just not. No, she didn't know. She said she didn't know. And when I told her how much, she was like, oh, I was under the impression that it was hundreds of thousands of dollars for that one video. It wasn't. And then she backed off. But, you know, I was still waiting to reach out to Crystal and nothing. So, you know, if I'm willing, I'm looking at it different ways. So if I'm willing to split the $55 for the video that I made for next month when I get it, why wouldn't you give me information to reach out to her so that I could send it to her? I mean, it's not a lot, but it's something. And, you know, was it supposed to be a secret for me not to give it to her? Was I supposed to give it to the family? Like, I didn't get the information to try to send it off because I asked what was her Instagram so that I could reach out to her, because I'm sure people want to bless her. But, you know, it was once they found out once she found out how much, it was like, oh, no, never mind. Was it never mind because it wasn't even $100? Was it never mind because it's like you asking for pennies for this lady's greatness on what she's doing with your mom? But it's okay. I educated her and I showed her proof. YouTube shorts don't pay nothing, okay? Nothing at all. But it helped me to get more people, to see more people. And I mean, a lot of people view my shorts because a lot of people are busy. They don't have hours to sit and watch videos when they're at work. They can watch a short, they can like it, they can comment, they can laugh, they can subscribe. It's something quick, right? Society wants things quick. Okay, let me see. You're in the right. Okay. No, she just wanted to take some of that money too. I don't believe all the money would have gone to Crystal. I don't even know where the money, how I was going to give the money over to her, because that was never portrayed to me on how to give it. Was it supposed to be Cash App, which I don't use? Was it supposed to be something mailed in a money order? Was it supposed to be a Zelle? How was I going to get the money to her? She did mention that people were asking for her Cash App, but she said she didn't feel comfortable with giving that information online, which I understand. I give her that. I understand, but I don't do Cash App because people get hacked through Cash App. I don't mess with them. So, you know, she was educated. She wasn't really educated on how stuff goes. And you think that people on YouTube make buku bucks. And it's not always the case. Especially if you just monetizing your channel. Like, nope. All right, I think she probably also didn't know how to GoFundMe or anything works either. I don't know. Well, you know what? If you have an Instagram, if you have a YouTube, you know how to Google stuff. You know how to use the internet. So I know, Noah, you just being sweet, but everybody has seen GoFundMe. Everybody. So you know how to type in GoFundMe. You can create a GoFundMe. If she gave me a link for GoFundMe, I would have been like, perfect. Let me tag this and say, if you want to be a blessing to Crystal, this is her GoFundMe. And that would be perfect. But somebody has to set up the GoFundMe, and then you have to see if all of the proceeds is going to go directly to the person it's for, because that's not always the case. Okay. She probably just felt bad at the point and didn't want to push anymore asking you for money. Probably so. How do you know if it's actually going to her? Exactly. Exactly, Carrie. I would have gotten another way to contact Crystal and make sure it was really her. Not trying to be rude, but there are so many scammers out here. It is. But you know what? On that person's Instagram page, it was the patient. It was the patient there. Yes. So it was it was family, but I don't know any of them. I don't know any of them other than me researching a little bit of the video and putting my commentary on there. I don't know who the family is. I don't know who Crystal is. I don't know who the patient is. But I'm sharing their stories on my platform because I have a lot of viewers that like to see it. So I don't know. Yeah, keep in mind she's the patient's family member, right? Hopefully. But I mean, they backed away once I told them how much. So, I just wanted to know if I was tripping. So we can get back to the nurse bullying if you want. If y'all have any other scenarios of, being bullied at work, how did you handle the scenario? Did your manager have your back? Did you just quit? I know your story, Carrie. You said you just got out of there, which I almost did at this job, but they moved the other lady. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to give y'all until in my mind, I got a certain date in my head. If I don't transfer from where I'm at, I'm gone. But in my mind, I ain't told nobody, not even my husband. I have a mental date. If I have not reached this, if I've reached this date and I'm still where I'm currently at, then it's time to go because I've been applying for other things to transfer to a different area. And sometimes that your manager can block you. Your manager can block you. I've heard it there, and I've had an interview already for a management role in the dialysis clinic. And it was like, I was all the way up there. It was me and maybe another couple of people, but I didn't get it, and it was okay. But it seemed like when they were asking me, okay, how many years experience were you in management? Okay, like they was writing this all down where it was going to be a determining factor of who was in management longer. But I was only in that hospital for 3 months before because, again, I literally was put in the wrong role and you can move around soon as you get in there. So if I didn't want to be in that area and I already have people bothering me, why would I want to stay? So I'm biting my tongue and I'm toughing it out and I'm creating a bond with everyone else, including the physicians, because they're sweet. But the people that I have to sit in a room with is the headache. So I do my part, type up my notes, and I get out of that office whenever I can because nobody wants to feel all of that. Like it's another nurse there that is going through her own issues and she's a crier. So it's like that it drains you. It drains you. So I don't I don't want to be around her either. But I'm still doing my role. I'm still taking care of patients and I'm still available. So you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, different topic. Sending your videos to my sister. She passed LPN last week. Oh, good job. Tell her congratulations, Juanita. Tell her I said congratulations. Okay, they always care about seniority most, whoever has been around the longest. You know what? Sometimes what I'll say, Noah, is it's a lot of people that have been at that hospital where I'm currently at, and it's a lot of people that have quit within 6 months of that hospital too, because it's stuff done there that is not the usual for me and probably for others. And it's like, if you don't have a goal in mind, then people leave because they're like, oh, I'm not dealing with this. But if you have a set goal and you have tunnel vision and you can block people out, you're okay. If you could throw an earbud in and ignore them, you're okay. If you know how to ignore people that they don't even, how can I put this? If you can ignore people that come around you that don't even need to interact with you, you good. And I found a way to do that. I just don't want to continue to do it my whole career at that hospital. I don't. Okay. Oh, my MacBook is dying on me. Okay, my battery low. Um, Let's see. They always care about senior. Yeah. Also through connections, they promote their friends. Absolutely, Noah. They promote their friends. And it's like when you knew somewhere and you don't know anybody, you kind of like, okay, do I network with people? Who do I talk to about this? Or you see somebody, and when you see somebody that's not a gatekeeper and they tell you the real, it's like you really soak that up because you're trying to figure out what's going on here. Because all of this stuff that's happening is not the normal that what you're used to doing, and people are used to winging it. I don't like to wing it. We need to have policies. Need to have structure. We need to know what we're doing here. And if there's nothing like that, then why am I here? Because anything can go, and that means it's dangerous for your license. I worked too hard to get my nursing license for something that you just go with the flow, and then something happens, and who they gonna point the finger at? You. And because you don't know the ins and outs of this place. So no, I stay out of all of that extra. I do my part and keep it moving as I'm looking for another position that I'm more qualified for. Okay, let me see. If it's not them being moved or gone, the problem would not be solved. So then I've got to go. I can't handle negative vibes. I got to stay positive and surround myself with positive people. I understand that, Carrie, 100%, because there's a nurse that has worked in that area and previously with one of the nurses that's in the room with me, and she was offered a position to work with a couple of the doctors, and she said, I will come there, but I will not be in that office with that other nurse. She is draining and I do not want to work with her. So if you want me to work there, I cannot work in that office. And she got her job there. She's in a different office, but guess what? Let me tell you how management is. Let me tell you how management don't care. Okay, I'm sorry, not management. This is higher up. This is above the managers. So somebody complained about something insignificant, something that can be removed. This person was using a particular thing that had some scent to it. And this was something that could have been shut off and removed, right? Sent the email to the higher ups of that department about how that scent was bothering them. So instead of saying, hey, so-and-so, can you remove that because the scent is bothering the people in your office, because that nurse shared an office with 3 other people. So they was in there like sardines. Instead of saying, can you remove that because it's triggering something for them, the smell is too strong or whatever, they came up to this nurse and said, we're going to move you into another office over a scent that she's using that could be cut off and thrown away. You taking her and moving her. And guess where they're moving her? They said they was going to move her in the office with the nurse she said she didn't want to work with. She said, if I work this job, do not put me in that office. And that was agreed upon, right? So when she brought that to their attention, because that's real petty. Carrie, it's real petty. When she brought that to one of the boss's attention, like, this was a part of me accepting I'm not going to work with that nurse because it's too much. They were like, yeah, you can move today. They don't care. And they told the girl's doctor that she works for, don't be wrapped up in that concern of attitudes and all of that. She'll have to deal with it. Wait a minute. So this girl came up here. She works for particular doctors. She is in an office, and Somebody sent an email about a cent that could have been thrown away. You automatically uproot this girl out of her office and put her in another office that she said she wasn't going to sit in because of that nurse there. And the higher up said it don't matter. Deal with it. That right there, let me know in the comments. Yes, Noah, yes, control. Let me know in the comments, what would you do? Would you hold your ground and say, look, I'll throw away the candle, I'll throw away the incense, I'll throw away the scentsy smells, I'll throw away whatever the scent is, I'll throw away the lotion that I put on. I wouldn't even want to be in the office no more with them, because if you send an email and you got the higher up coming to me saying, you're not a bad person, but it was brought to me, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you couldn't have said, well, let's have a discussion. Let's just throw that away first. You just gonna uproot her up out her office? Let me know. Would you want to stick around? Would you want to stick around if they're making you go somewhere where you don't want to go, and you originally said, I'll work here, but I'm not working with that one. I'm not in the office with that one because she's draining. And the person that said, deal with it, guess what? The person, ooh, my face oily. My skincare routine, ooh. The person that said, deal with it, was the person that got her in that hospital. That's her homegirl, and she higher up. I can't make this up. Yeah, I can't make this up. For me, if you can't respect what I need to do my job effectively and you don't care, why should I care to stay here? I'll just go somewhere else. If you can't find me a place outside of where that other nurse was that you got into it with, that's draining, and I will say this is a newer nurse, but you can't even do that. I was okay here. If you want me to take the scent away, why not that? I don't know. You know what? I can't. So me being the person I am, I'm like, oh, come in there with me. You'll be just fine. You'll be just fine. You know, we'll have fun there. She's like, no, I'm not going in there. I told them I'm not doing it. I said, okay, well, I'm just saying, I'm trying to make it lighter. I said, I have to deal with it all the time. But I mean, I'm not going to be permanently there. So I can make the best of it while I'm there with you. But a lot of people already know that I'm not trying to stay in that department because of, it's too much going on. The place that I'm at it's labeled as the worst department in that hospital. No wonder they threw me in there. I didn't even know about that until after I got in there. So either I follow the plan that I have, or I quit. If it gets so bad and I'm not at my goal, then I have to sit down and talk to my husband and say, look, this is the plan. I always sit down with my husband to see if this is something that really needs to be done. Am I tripping? Because sometimes you can be tripping. You can deal with stuff. And then I have a mentor that's been a nurse for 40 years. I call her and say, hey, this is a scenario. What do I need to do? Should I just go now, or should I wait a couple of months, a few months, a year? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's yeah, start looking for a new job. Absolutely. And you know what, to be honest, Carrie, ever since I found out that they threw me in that area, and none of that was my expertise, I started looking for something else. You know, I started applying for other things. And a lot of those jobs that's open, like somebody said in the comments, they know people, they'll hire their friends, they'll promote their friends. So it makes it hard when you're new to the system and you're trying to, show your background and I'm eligible, but they hire their friends. But it is what it is. Okay, let me see. Let me go back up to the top. Got to stay true to yourself. I hate higher ups. I work at McDonald's and corporate always makes us do the most ridiculous things to make customers so angry. Higher ups are always out of touch. That's just petty. Yep. Putting her in there seems on purpose. It does. I agree with you. Okay. I feel like they do that stuff intentionally. What do you say you can't, when you say you can't do or don't want to do, they find a way to make you do it. Like put her in the office where she didn't want to be. They do. They do, because it was somebody that was there that couldn't work a Saturday because of her religion. And you know what? It made them so upset. They brought in people to help. They even had lawyers. Really? It was somebody else that was there willing to work. But really? They did all of this and they moved her out of the area we were in and put her somewhere else. So now making us short, which I'm used to getting up and working anyway, it don't matter, but making us short because you want to have control over the situation. Same person. Okay, sometimes the non-actors are more aggressive than just having a conversation. True. They didn't want to give her the option to get rid of the scent. Exactly. Where was that option at? Where was the option at? It's a little bit of favoritism going on for the people that wrote the email. Terrible. And she just got up there. Like, she got up there a couple months after I did, starting her role. So, terrible. Let me see. Addie. Hi, Addie. Let's see. I have no clue. No, I have no clue. Okay. Sometimes the comments be off the hook. So if you're one of the 264 people that's watching my channel currently and you're not subscribed, feel free to do so, because we're engaging with each other. We're having a conversation. And if you've already seen my videos and you're not subscribed, it's okay to do that right now. Thank you. And make sure you give your girl a thumbs up on this video. Appreciate you. I'm probably going to end this live pretty soon because I hear my little one. She is up. She went downstairs quietly like I asked her. But I know she going to bug me about a snack real soon. Let me see. Yep, it was. It was. They couldn't force her to do that Saturday because of her religion. But what they did was they forced her out of that area that she was to go to another area where they weren't open on the weekends. So it was a control thing, 100%. Uh-oh, Juanita, I don't know where your message went. It said message retracted. Amia, hello. Anybody else have any comments, questions, concerns? Are you ever scared to say this stuff online? Nope, I'm not scared to say any of it because, number one, I never gave where I work, what area I work in. Nope. So you never can say, She Nurse Savvy said this about this hospital, this about this department, this about this person. I never said names. I never said any of it. But it's just my opinion. Even the travel assignments that I've worked at, my first one 3 years ago, I've never said the name of that hospital. I've never said the coworkers. I've never said the managers' names. Nothing. So nope, I'm not afraid to say anything. I mean, sometimes this stuff can be helpful for somebody, that may be going through it, that don't know what to do, or just relatable subjects. So no, I'm not afraid at all. See, some people online, what they do is they tell the place that they work at. I don't. Now, if people see me from work and they see me on social media, I mean, everybody got an Instagram or a TikTok. You see me on YouTube, okay, cool, hey, but I mean, I'm not talking about any company in particular. I'm just talking about my experience. Like, I'm not giving a name. So, my MacBook died. Okay. So let me go to the phone. And then let's see. It's been my scheduling experiences as well. I didn't want to work Sunday. They scheduled me every Sunday, and I noticed someone was never scheduled on Sunday, and they had no rationale. Wow. But you know what? Juanita, they do that. They do that to travelers. They do that where they'll make you work. I think my first assignment that I worked in Ohio, their staff worked one weekend a month. The travelers worked every other weekend. Yeah. So while their staff only worked, let's say, the fourth weekend a month or the third weekend a month, I would have to work the first and third or the second and fourth. It didn't even matter for me because I was getting paid more than, yeah, that one, my first Ohio contract, I made $4,100 a week. So I didn't care. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Because it was so far away from my home that it was a tax-free stipend. So I took home $3,500 take home. So, a lot of people do stuff to travelers because they're temporary help. Sometimes it's not right. Hopefully a discussion is had to where you can say, hey, is there a reason why I'm on every Sunday? Could I have a Sunday off? I would like to go to church, or I would like to do some things around the house, or whatever the case is. Hopefully a conversation can be discussed with them, because when they think travel, they think, oh, we're going to throw you wherever we need you because you're temporary help. And hopefully you're getting paid your worth there, because I know travel assignments has decreased, but hopefully you getting more coin than what you would be getting at your regular staff 9 to 5. Okay. How long have I been a nurse? I've been a nurse for, let me see, I would say between 8 and 9 years, right in the middle. Yep. I've been in healthcare since 2008 though. Okay, I want to transition from med surg to L&D. Any helpful tips? Apply. Because how long have you been a nurse? Dale, I'm not wearing flip-flops or shoes. I'm at home and my feet is on this white rug. Okay? Nope. Neither. And I don't know if you said that the last live. You must be a foot person. Anybody else? Comments, questions, or concerns? 2 years. Okay. So have you been applying yet? If not, please. Have you been applying yet? If not, please do so now, because they have new grads going to labor and delivery. I mean, they'll train you, but you'll never know until you apply. So start applying now. Anybody else have any comments, questions, concerns? Does the U.S. accept Nigerian nurses' degrees? It depends. You have to Google that. You have to get on Google and ask, because I believe they may have programs where, or a contract where they may have, for you to, like, maybe an agency where an agency will take a Nigerian nurse to work at like a dialysis center and work like that. But the U.S., for us to accept a non-U.S. degree, they may want you to take the NCLEX. to pass for US. I think one hospital was recruiting Filipino nurses, um, but I believe that was during a pandemic. I'm not 100% sure, so definitely Google it, okay? Okay, I'm glad I was able to catch you while you were live. I'm glad you were able to too, Carrie. You were very fun to talk to and very interactive. I appreciate that because when I do these lives, you know, the shorts are just like that, right? 1 minute and it's gone, 30 seconds and then it's gone. But I'm more so doing commentary over the video. And sometimes I like to interact with the viewers, the subscribers, to see how everything is going, you know, if anybody experienced this. And if you guys want to talk about something else on my next live, which will be in a couple of weeks, put some type of title in the chat and I will remember it and we'll talk about it on the following video. I'm gonna start doing more long form because I have my little background in this couch. So, you know, I'm gonna start doing more long form videos. But I want to hear what you guys want to talk about, and it's fine with me. Okay, let me see. What about applying for the ICU, but leaning towards apply? I remember when I worked in the ICU, I literally was there after working the ER because I wanted to see critical care, but I also wanted to well, I liked trauma, but I wanted to go into the critical care piece because I wanted to see what happens when we transfer our patient from the ER to ICU. I wanted to see the drips and the drains and stuff like that. So when I was there was actually a new grad that started at the ICU. So, I mean, nowadays the hospitals will take you. You got 2 years experience as a nurse, apply and take notes because the ICU is more critical than med surge, but definitely apply. Wherever you want to go, apply because you have experience already. And a lot of people need nurses. That's why, like I said earlier, or maybe in the other video, that is why there is travel nurses out here because people are short staffed. They need staff. They will take staff over travel any day. But it takes months for staff to get off of orientation, to go through the process of being hired, the paperwork. With travel, you know, it'd be a couple of weeks and they on the floor working while your staff is in the process of being hired. They need somebody now to help. So that's the only difference. Anybody else? You're welcome. Anybody else? Anybody else? Or anybody want to talk about another subject for the following? Hello. Anybody else want to talk about a subject for the following? What's up with this name though? For the following live. If you can't think of it right now, or if you're watching this after the video is already done, I'll keep both part 1 and part 2 up. Oh, here, I'm missing some stuff. Is there any discrimination in the ICU towards Black people? It's discrimination anywhere, to be honest. When I worked midnights. There was a Black nurse there and she was mean. I think she went to school, got her NP, and she was still working at the bedside as a nurse. Nobody wanted to hire her for NP, and she'd been at that hospital for a long time. So she was just comfortable being an RN. There were other Black nurses there. It was Black CNAs for sure. But everybody got along, to be honest. Everybody got along. But discrimination happens anywhere, whether it's ICU, ER, med surge, telemetry. It could happen anywhere, unfortunately. And I don't know where you're at, but like I said, it can happen anywhere. It can happen at a clinic. It can happen at dialysis. It can happen at oncology unit. You know, that's just the way that the world is, which is unfortunate. Okay. Love your channel. Thank you. Trying to work it out. I appreciate that. And thanks for being an engaging viewer. Hopefully you're subscribed. I appreciate that because I like to talk to y'all. I really do. It way beyond the shorts because like I said, the shorts is quick. So I can't really talk to y'all like that. I can heart your comment, just letting you know that I've read your comment. I've acknowledged it. I may not reply to it because I get hundreds of thousands of comments depending on if a video has went viral. So I'm trying to catch up and acknowledge everybody that has written on my video. All right, Thomas. Thanks, Thomas from Tennessee. You see, ma'am, can you teach how to remove gloves properly? If I had gloves here, do I have gloves? It's a way that you do it, but see, are they sterile gloves? It's a way to do it. You know what I will say is, look, you're on YouTube, go and type in the search box how to remove sterile gloves or how to remove, or was it Dawn? How to remove gloves. I'm not even gonna confuse you. How to remove sterile gloves or how to remove gloves, right? Because it's a way that you remove them to keep all of the gook inside and you're taking it off. So if I don't have gloves, I can't really show you, but it's a way. Once your hands are soiled, you want to make sure that you're pinching that end, right? Because when you do like this, sometimes the gloves stick out. You pinch that end and you pull it up, and now the gloves are inside of each other. You do the same thing. You pinch it, you pull it up, and now it's like in a ball. You throw that away, and of course you wash your hands. But it would have been better if I could show you with gloves on. I'm sorry, I don't have any right now. Okay, let me see. When will I be back live again? In 2 weeks. So depending on my schedule on what I'm doing, I'm either going to be live. Oh, my phone. I'm on my phone. Usually I'm live on the weekend. My husband works, so I don't take time away from not being with him and doing stuff out and about. So 2 weeks from this date, either Saturday or Sunday. I'm not really sure what my schedule looks like. All right, let's see. Bully new people in the ICU. You know what? It's always going to be a bully somewhere. But what I will say is when you work, kind of get your feel for your surroundings and see if there's somebody that's going to be like a good mentor. Because when you're new in an area and you're a new nurse, you need a mentor that's working with you so that you can ask questions and somebody that you can kind of go to see if this is right or am I taking this wrong, or stuff like that. And some hospitals will assign you, depending on where you are, they'll assign you a mentor for your first maybe 30 days or your orientation phase, which when you're in orientation, hopefully the person that's orienting you is pretty decent and they're not butt munches, because I've had one before. Okay, let me see, madam. Can you explain how to remove your gloves? I tried to, but I don't have gloves. Is healthcare harder on younger women coming into the field? No, it's not. It's not. It depends on what part of healthcare you're asking of. Are you talking about nursing? Are you talking about a phlebotomist? Are you talking about being a CNA? I'm not sure specifically what part of healthcare you're talking about. Just let me know more detail in the comments. Let me see. Read my comment. I did. I'm sorry. I got to it a little bit later than what I intended to. Sorry. You said right now, please. So hopefully I answered that, because I'm seeing all your comments right now. Okay, God bless you. Thank you, Gemini Mama. Let me see. I love that you give good, solid information. I appreciate that. I try my best because, sometimes you need that. Sometimes you don't have somebody around you to give you this information. And what do people do? They go on YouTube. If I would have known half of the stuff that I know now, I would have been shared it on YouTube. My old channel that got hacked, which that's why I don't really trust a lot of people online. I told you the ins and outs of travel nursing. I was kind of mentoring a couple of people where, I would kind of help them get a contract. And I didn't get anything from it. I just was that helpful. If you look at my description, I think I copied it over. I had books about, quizzes of, are you a good travel nurse? Are you travel nurse ready? Or like little notebooks. If you had travel nurse assignments, you could just put your little stuff in there to keep up with your contracts. Or if you were thinking about one contract over another contract, you writing everything down and you doing the pros and cons. I have notebooks that I have in my comments that not comments, but my description that I sold on my other account that I created on Amazon. I also, like, if people are interested in travel nursing, at the very bottom of my description, there's the Vivian link. It's a Vivian app. Is free, and you sign up with that, and it shows you a lot of jobs that's in whatever area you want. And if you're a nurse, CNA, phlebotomist, all of those different areas, you can filter it for what you want to do. So, I did a lot on my first channel, and, I was so devastated when it was hacked, but I just kept going, and I started this channel on December 31st, and it just skyrocketed so quick because the other channel was like 23 or 24,000 subscribers. So I'm so happy that I'm close to 200,000 K, because this is hard work. YouTube is not easy. If you look at my channel, I have videos that I consistently post every day. That takes time. It takes time and it takes research. And I'm not perfect, so I may mess up. Like, I messed up Crystal's name, but I added it. I messed up one of the videos where the Egyptian doctor, the neonatologist, it said Tigger warning. And I'm like, oh my God. And people were joking, and I'm laughing with them because nobody's perfect. Nobody. Okay, let me get back to these comments. Do doctors ever discriminate against nurses because they claim to be in higher power? Some doctors are mean. The doctors that I work with are very pleasant, very sweet. We are an effective team. But you can get that anywhere. You can get discriminatory remarks anywhere. It's unfortunate though. It's just when you get into the job, you have to get a feel for it. It's nothing where I'll say no, you'll never be, and you will. It just depends on where you are. And if it's something that's discriminatory, you need to reach out to management to see if something can be adjusted, because that person need to get up out of there. Okay. Let me see. Asians, white, then black. That's how they hire in Cali. Oh, okay. I never knew that. All right. I'm doubting my calling because of the lack of accountability with bullying. No one. Okay, Queen Sheba. No one seems to take it serious. Not sure I want to be a part of the system that allows us to tear each other apart. You know what? That can happen anywhere. It can. Because think about it. If you work at Kmart and you are a cashier, because I've done it when I was in high school, and you're a cashier, and there is a group leader, or not a group leader, but like a assistant manager that, they're higher up, and you just some little young 16-year-old working, and they're like, oh, you don't know nothing, so I'm just gonna pick with you because you don't know what you're doing, and I'm higher up and I'm your boss. It happens. In the hospital setting, you can be lucky enough to get in there and work with a group of wonderful people, and you won't even want to ever leave, unless you level up and you go to a different role in that area, you know. but you'll never know until you try it. Do not doubt your calling, because it's people that's being bullies, right? So what you do, Queen Sheba, if they bullying you, you write down a date, time, and exactly what they did. And if it gets too much and it's unbearable, reach out to your manager and say, look, I'm having some issues. Especially if you talk to this person about whatever you're doing, whatever they're doing to you. If you talk to them face to face and say, look, I don't appreciate this. You need to stop that. I'm trying to, turn a cheek, but you're not going to continue to just sit here and bully me. That's going to end right now. If they still bothering you, then you got to write all of that stuff down. You had a conversation. You need to go to the higher ups to say, what should I do in this scenario? Should I remove myself from this job? Can I be transferred somewhere else? You have to put your foot down, because nobody gonna do it but you. Nobody gonna put their foot down for you. You have to do it. You that important, and don't ever doubt yourself from what you need to do, because the assumption of you think it's going to be this way. You may get into your calling and it's perfect. And all those months, weeks, years that you've waited, you will be kicking yourself like, why did I wait? This is amazing where I'm at. You got this. Look at people in the comments. You got this. You got this, Queen. You got this. Don't doubt yourself. And I'm talking to you, but I literally, I was doubting myself on going back to get my master's, because at the time, because I did a video about it, me dropping out of MP school because I didn't want to get all this student loan debt and have no job. But my behind going back to school. I'm going back to school next year, because I could have already, if I was still in the program back then, I would have been an MP already for about a year, maybe a year and a half, close to 2 years now. But I was like, nope, I'm just going to travel because they firing all the MPs. Ain't none of them working. But the job that I'm at now, I know I would have a job if I went back for MP. If I got my master's and I went for education, I know I would have a job in education right where I'm at. If I went for an executive leader, even though I have management under my belt, I know for a fact that I would get a job because I would have that credential. I just have my bachelor's, but masters speak volume in the place that I'm currently at. Okay, let me see. Let's see, that's awesome. Just spent over 3 weeks ICU rehab with my big baby bro who is nonverbal. Oh, I made sure they let the good nurses probably know how much they're appreciated. Well, that's good. Because a simple appreciation, I appreciate you, thank you so much, does volumes. Sometimes managers say, oh, you doing a good job. It's like, take the time though to sit back and talk. Like I literally had a discussion with the NP yesterday. He was like, before you got here, it was chaos. You are doing an amazing job. You take the time, you truly care. You're not just working this job to work the job. You're truly caring for these patients. You're helping other people. And it's like that right there, he took the time to slowly explain what was going on in his mind of how much he appreciated me for what I'm doing. That did volumes, because manager, everybody's doing a good job. It's not, I'm not going to say it like that because y'all going to be like, what you mean? Okay, I'm going to just say it. It's not good enough. Just to say everybody's doing a good job, it's not singling out the individuality of how you're doing a great job. You just saying it to everybody. And then it just seems like it's Okay, kudos to you, kudos to you. Okay, yeah, you're doing a good job. It's no feeling in that. But when you genuinely have that one-on-one, that just poured life into me right there. And it wasn't a raise that he gave me. It wasn't a pizza party that they do for nurses. It was a genuine conversation of he appreciated what I was doing. That does volumes for me. Okay, let me look at these comments. Let's see. I'm glad. Yeah, I had to outlook. I was too determined. I had bought all of this stuff because I was trying to create like a YouTube studio for me to do my content in, and then I got hacked, and then I'm like, okay, I need to set this stuff up, and the place we got for peer space, and I'm like, okay, well, this was my YouTube stuff. Like this stuff back here, this was like my decor for YouTube. This pink couch, this little blanket right here, I don't know if you can see it, but this was my setup for YouTube. And my husband did different little things with these flower sets up. You would think he a florist, okay? So I couldn't give up. I couldn't give up on YouTube. I had to keep going. You know, it wasn't nothing gonna stop me. All right. You welcome, Queen Sheba. You got this. You said, please say hi to, is that Leia and Irma? Hello. Let me see. You are so well spoken. I try my best, Michelle. Let me see. Hello. Let me see. Yep, Queen Sheba, you got this. You trying. I know you trying. You gonna keep trying too. Keep pushing. Okay, you scared to go to the ICU. I doubt myself all the time. Stop doubting. Just do it, because put it like this. If you doubt yourself and it's been 2 years, doubt yourself for another 2 years. It's 4 years. You could have already been in the ICU, working in the ICU with 4 years of experience as a nurse, 2 years of critical care, and 2 years of med surge. Can't doubt yourself. You have to apply now. It's going to take time for them to call you and for them to interview you and for them to hire you. Just apply. You'll be just fine. And keep me posted. Okay, the threat is normal for ADN. It is not. 4 years is not normal. 4 years is normal for a bachelor's, but no. 2 years is normal for an associate's degree in nursing. Let's see. My dog barking. It's probably time to take him out. You see, God bless. Thank you. This is so entertaining. I'm a high school senior student, and I'm looking into this for my future studies. Awesome. Let me see. I don't want my call in nursing. I don't want my call in nursing is. Maybe I don't know. Okay, I love nursing, but not med surge. Oh, okay. I don't know what my calling in nursing is. I love nursing, but not med surge. This is why I'm going to apply to ICU. Yeah, but you know what? You have to move around. What people fail to realize is you don't have to stay a nurse in the same specialty. You don't. And med surge, I never worked med surge. I never wanted to be in med surge because when I was in school, we had 4 rotations of med surge. That was enough. I'm okay. I wanted to see the drama. The trauma. I wanted to see the gunshot wounds, the stab wounds, the emergent stuff. I wanted to be a part of that. And I was. What is it? What are you talking about? Is it unethical to sleep your way to the top? Oh, yes. Very unethical. Ain't no way I'm opening up my legs to get to the top. I'm not. But it's so many people that have done it. It's so many people that have been caught. So would you want to sleep your way to the top and then get caught and have nothing? Nothing. And you got to start from the bottom again. Or you go somewhere else and then they're like, oh, well, you've been at this place for so-and-so amount of years. I don't think they can legally ask you what happened, but you don't want to sleep your way to the top. It ain't going to be worth it. It's not going to be worth it, because if you ever want to go somewhere else, if you slept your way to the top and you don't have credential, you don't have the degree, you don't have any of that, and you try to go somewhere else, you back to the bottom. Don't do it. Just work hard for what you got. It'll make you feel better that you worked hard for it than to be handed something. Because the person that hands you something, if somebody finds out about the unethical sleeping around and they end up getting fired, and it's word that that person that slept, all these people that slept their way up with this person, they get fired too. Don't even do it. No, Rick, I'm not opening up my coat more. Okay. I have my BSN. Awesome. Let me see. It's okay, y'all. I can put him on timeout. I'm on my phone, but I'm definitely can put him on timeout. So anybody else have any comments, questions, or concerns? I will keep this video up. I do want to know if is it possible to make 145K as a new nurse? It probably is. But characterize what you mean new nurse, because for me, a novice is a new nurse, and that's a nurse that's from 0 to 5 years. And more than likely you can if you live in California, or if you in one of those states, like I think New York pays nurses higher, but it's a possibility. As a new, it may be. It depends on what state you're living at. It depends. I know in Michigan, no, you ain't getting that, and that's where I am. But I know California pays a pretty good penny. New York does too. So it's a possibility. Do your research. Definitely do your research. I don't know if it's for an associate's degree nurse, maybe a bachelor's degree, because some hospitals pay you more per your credential. But for me as a nurse, I only had my associates for 1 year working. I immediately got my bachelor's because some of these hospitals were trying to get magnet status, and they required for nurses to have a bachelor's degree in nursing. So many of them, for them to get that credential on their hospital. So let me see. I feel like nurses don't get enough recognition. We appreciate. Thank you. You know what? Some of us do, some of us don't. And the unfortunate thing is we're used to just getting bare minimum. I mean, give me my paycheck, give me my days off that I request, give me good benefits. It could be a lot more given, but everybody that's in nursing is not as sweet. And some people are just there for the increased money, which, I mean, everybody that's a nurse is not working for free in these hospitals. So everybody wants their paycheck, but it's the way that you're treating your patients. It's no way, like, it burns me up when I see a nurse talk trash to a patient, and just poor customer service skills. Like, I had that situation, and I won't talk about it right now because, I mean, it pissed me off. I literally had to walk in one of the doctor's offices to cool out because I was about to chew somebody up. Like, don't do that. You don't be disrespectful to my patient because you want to use this area when you can walk down. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. These patients are important. You can either wait for us to finish, or you can go to another area. So everybody don't deserve recognition, Michelle. But it's a lot of good nurses. It's a lot of nurses that ain't about nothing. They just there to get that check, and it's unfortunate. Okay, with BSN, it's like a dollar extra. Do you think, is it worth getting a BSN? It is worth it, because if you want to level up, to something else other than bedside, yes. Eventually, like if you want to go and do leadership, or if you want to just phase out of bedside, A lot of people are going to want you to have your bachelor's. Yes. Now, what I will say is get your associates, go back, get your bachelor's, work with your associates, go back, get your bachelor's while you're working. So you're not wasting all of this time. Like if you were going to school for 4 years, that need to be for a bachelor's. It should not be 4 years for an associate's degree. That's a ripoff. Because I got my associates in 2 years, went back to school for an additional year because the school that I got my bachelor's from was affiliated with my associate's degree school. So I got my bachelor's in 1 year. So a total of 3 years, I got my associates and my bachelor's. So people say, you know, bachelor's is just additional, it's an additional dollar. But like if you want to get into a higher role in nursing that's away from the bedside, they gonna want that bachelor's. So it's worth it. It may be an extra dollar now, but if you want to get away from hurting your back, go and get that bachelor's. And then eventually, if you want to level up, get your master's. Okay? Anybody else or anybody want to talk about something in the following? It's almost 5 o'clock on my end, so I'm going to end this in a couple of minutes because my husband will be coming home in a few, and my little one is still downstairs being so patient and quiet and watching TV like I asked her to because she got up from her nap. So I don't want to take too much time away from her. Yes. So if you look at my channel, I'm gonna just say 5, 6 star. I was in school for NP. So do I think about NP? In 20, is it 2020? The end of 20, no, mid 2020? No, the end of 2020. Maybe. I was in school for NP. I took that video from my old channel and put it on here so that you could see it, but I literally I took about maybe 5 or 6 classes right before I was doing my clinical rotation. I just dropped out because I was like, it's not worth it because people are losing their jobs and I'm not going to have a job as an NP. So why waste all of this money on my master's? But the job that I'm at now will pay for it. So I'm just going to go for it. Whether it's NP, education, executive, I'm not sure yet. I'll let y'all know. Anybody else have a topic that they want to talk on the next live? Put it in the comments. Let me see. I'm from South Africa. I've been in and out of hospitals, and the nurses I've had were super friendly for minimum wage. Do you get what I do get what you're saying, but not all nurses. Yeah, you know what? But see, bedside manner is everything. You can tell when you have a good nurse when they're taking care of you. You can tell when you have a tired, burnt out nurse too that maybe is frustrated, but you can tell when you have a genuinely good nurse. If you have a nurse that's just yelling the whole time, get somebody else. Okay? You don't even want that one. But whether it's minimum wage, whether it's, top dollar, nurses are there to help take care of the patient, to be partnered up with the doctor to carry out their plan, to help the plan of care for patients to get better. Of course, in this world, society is always going to give you a medicine to take. And you know what, if I could be a holistic NP, I would love to do that because you can eat your medicine. I'm telling you. I tell this to a lot of people, but we have to have the discipline to put away the bad stuff and eat the whole foods in order to not be on so many medications. And I've said that in several videos, and that's just my opinion. Let me see. I'm currently studying biology, trying to become a PA, and the stuff I hear is wow. Like, I guess y'all get ripped off by unions. Is this true? Olivia, every hospital doesn't have a union. There are union dues where you don't actually have to be in a union. You can opt out. So that's not always the case. the reason why there are unions is to make sure that policies are put into place to make sure you're not screwed over. And usually the unions kind of help with the increase of the hourly wage if they can. Usually when there's a negotiating bargain year, the union is supposed to help get more money and more benefits for the staff. But every hospital doesn't have it. Yeah, so and you'll always hear stories all over. You know, I've worked in hospitals where I wasn't even a nurse and we had a union. I've worked at in that hospital where I was a phlebotomist, the nurses weren't unionized. So it's a difference. And then I think with I don't know. I don't know about the union for the providers. I know like if you're a manager or something, you don't even get a part of the union. I'm like, dang, okay. But you know, that's how it is. I think that's how it is across the board. So, you know, if I was to get a leadership role, I wouldn't be a part of the union. So it all depends. I'm not sure about PAs, how they are, because I work with a lot of NPs. But yeah, it's different everywhere. Okay, thank you. We appreciate what you do. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You see, I admire you. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, so it depends on the hospital. Thank you. P.S. I'm going. Okay, nice. Okay. Hello, Martina. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I was supposed to end this live about 3 minutes ago. I'm gonna wrap this up. If you want to talk about something else for the next live, and you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I am going, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe now. I'm going to put a post up of what you would like to talk about on my next live. So I'll let you guys write it. It's no wrong thing. If you want to write about something in particular, just put it in the comments. And my next live stream will be in 2 weeks. I do them twice a month. Olivia, I try to do them on the weekend that my husband is working, so I don't take time away from spending time with him on the weekends. So yes, it'll be, ooh, it's time for some water. It'll be 2 weeks from now, whether either it's a Saturday or a Sunday. I'm not 100% sure, but I always do it every 2 weeks. I'm consistent with that. So hopefully you're subscribed, and I'm going to end this now. I'm going to put something in my community tab on the next topic to talk about on my live stream, okay? Hopefully you guys, if you have a question or if you want to talk about a particular subject, you'll put it on there. And y'all will see me in the shorts because I have shorts posted for every day. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.